We present Vox2Cortex, a method for fast explicit reconstruction of cortical surfaces from MRI, based on geometric deep learning. Morphological brain measurements based on MRI scans are crucial to study neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. To be able to conduct these measurements, for example, to measure cortical thickness or cortical volume, it is necessary to extract highly accurate inner and outer surfaces of the cortex. Challenges in this task include the partial volume effect, which means that some voxels might only be occupied partially by the cortex tissue, but also the guaranteed spherical topology and the tightly folded geometry of the cortex are known issues. Vox2Cortex addresses these problems and delivers highly accurate surfaces of the brain. Existing approaches for the task of cortical surface reconstruction include widely established traditional frameworks like FreeSurfer, but also more recent deep learning-based methods for image segmentation. A third option is to leverage implicit surface representations for surface reconstruction. For the creation of explicit surfaces from the segmentation maps or implicit representations, a topology correction as well as a surface extraction algorithm like margin cubes are usually applied. The problem with traditional frameworks is that they have lengthy runtimes taking multiple hours per scan. On the other hand, fast deep learning-based segmentation maps are typically limited by the voxel resolution. This leads to staircase artifacts in the extracted surfaces. Finally, methods based on continuous implicit surfaces can mitigate these problems, but still they rely on a topological correct surface extraction, which may introduce geometric and therefore anatomical errors. With Vox2Cortex, we address these limitations and we propose an architecture that takes a 3D MRI image together with a mesh template as an input. A combination of a convolutional and a graph convolutional network computes a deformation for the mesh template such that we get as an output 4 surface meshes, namely the inner and outer surfaces for each hemisphere. At a more detailed view, the mesh deformation in Vox2Cortex consists of 4 deformation steps. Further, we condition the deformation on features extracted by the CNN in the upper part of the figure, and these features are then mapped onto the mesh by trilinear interpolation at the vertex locations. On the mesh, we apply a graph neural network that operates on the vertex features and computes a displacement vector per vertex. In order to train our Vox2Cortex network in an end-to-end fashion, we apply a loss function comprising a voxel as well as a mesh-related term. The voxel loss is given by the binary cross entropy computed on a foreground-background segmentation output of the CNN to ensure learning of meaningful features. The mesh-related term can again be split into 2 parts. A mesh consistency loss that ensures geometric correctness of the predicted meshes, and a term for surface regularization. The regularizer is in particular necessary to ensure that the predicted surfaces are smooth and free of self-intersections. In general, however, the regularization term degrades the accuracy in highly curved regions of the surface. Therefore, we propose to reweight the ratio between point and regularization losses locally according to the curvature of the ground truth at the corresponding points. We found this curvature-weighted chamfer loss to be highly effective in that it increases the geometric accuracy in tightly folded regions of the reconstructed surfaces. In terms of quantitative results, Vox2Cortex is on par or even better than existing deep learning-based approaches in terms of average surface and Hausdorff distance. However, in contrast to the existing methods, Vox2Cortex does not require any post-processing and directly yields topologically correct meshes. These results are obtained within seconds, which is a fraction of the time required by previous methods. If you have further questions, feel free to contact us or visit our project page.